Morning, afternoon, might still be morning for you. Um, Gosh, I don't know what the angels. Okay, here we are. I have a bunch of decks that are here. Although going back, yesterday's reading, I would encourage you to go back and look at and continue to go back to the reading that was done yesterday, that we were given yesterday. That I clearly felt that, four fire at the bottom already. Good. This is, we're building a structure. We're passionate about the structure that we're building. Yeah, and all of the cards that came up yesterday, yeah, that tower breaking down, like I'm done performing. I'm done performing things the way we used to do them, that they've always been done, the way it's always been done. I think we know yeah, like I said, I think we know. I think we know. And it's a good thing, but it's not always easy. Card already coming out. Five of water. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. Five of cups, the suit of cups. So anyway, my name is Lisa. The cards are already coming out, but this is a collective reading for the collective. For whatever, this is Tuesday, May 19th. So there's a lot of emotion that's here, but five is actually the number of Mercury, which is just finished its conjunction with Uranus. It's moving away from that. So kind of in the wash of that, we're in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is a mutable sign, so there's a fluid aspect to the thought process. Which with Mercury at its best, mercurial, right? It's got this fluid. Mercury itself has this. It's a fluid metal. So this is there's a malleability to our thoughts, and how our emotions, like everything is kind of in change and in flux right now. The way we look at things, the way our emotions and our thoughts kind of interact, there's a lot of bouncing back, and it may not be exactly how you wanted right now, but it's going to change. It's not but it's and it's going to change. But so this has an aspect too of like nostalgia, like looking back at history, like yeah, there's always, and you can see here there are, you can barely see this third one, but there are three cups here that have sunk to the bottom, but there are two cups that are still floating. So maybe these past three situations weren't so great, but you know what can we do to move forward? So things may have not worked out in the past, but that doesn't mean that everything is lost. I think when we saw, again, that Ace of Pentacles, the sixes that came up, the Six of Pentacles, and one of the things that keeps sitting with me with that Six of Pentacles from yesterday, and I think, again, that reading from yesterday is a tone for the week that we can keep coming back to and seeing how that's unfolding. That six is like, being also opening to spirit, to saying, like, I don't have to do all the work myself. I can be in a receptive, if I'm in a receptive, six is a number of receiving. If I'm in a receptive mode, I'm receptive to other ideas about how to do things, coming into doing things differently. But you have to be receptive in order for that to be a thing, right? Like, what can we put down? What can we put down? Like, maybe we need to put something down in order to find this, and at the end of the day, that's a Two of Cups, right? Two of Cups is divinely sanctioned, emotional and spiritual and intuitive connections on the day-to-day. These are minor arcana, so this is day-to-day. What can we do on the day-to-day to be more receptive to doing things differently? Because obviously the old way has fallen apart. It's not even like you can even rely on that anymore. Like, you're seeing that. Like I said, I think like you're seeing that, wow, this really is getting in my way. There's no use hanging on to it, because it's not even good for us physically. Like, that guy was naked and he was fit, but it's like, this isn't even like serving me physically anymore. Here's another card coming up. Yeah, here's a two. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So this is juggling, how we're going to do, how I'm doing things on the day to day and the material, how I approach what matters, definitely be like, being a little more, not hands off, like, but to juggle is to play, right? So, but two is, and I keep thinking about the two. So the number two is about intuition. It's about feeling. It's following your feelings, following what feels good. Like, does it feel good to continue to be defensive and like sad all the time? Or does it feel good to maybe look at things differently, consider things differently, communicate differently, take care of ourselves, and know that, like, whatever your higher power, like there's something bigger than you that can hold this with you, being in that receptive place to letting some things be done for you. You don't have to do all of this yourself. You're not alone. There's always two. There's always something there, something else with you, even if you can't quite see it. 9 of fire. Don't give up. Protect. Okay, so this is the 9 of fire. So in this particular deck, oh, by the way, this is the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. The suit of water is the suit of cups. Cups are there, right? 2 of earth is the suit of pentacles, and the fire is the wands. So she's got wands, right? This came up in yesterday's reading too. So don't give up. But instead of using that fire in a defensive way, like defend what you believe in, like get clear on what that passion is. Like, what do I believe in? What do I believe can happen here? How can I show up to this in my actions? 9 is an action, in the most actionable way that will continue to help me stay in the fire. Like, even in the heat of the moment, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to love. This is love. Like, this is passion is something that you love, something that you, again, value, figuring out, what is it that I value? What really matters to me? That's, pentacles are things that happen on the 3D, on the material plane. What do I value? And not, and using our voice in a strong way, in a show of strength that shows I'm standing up for this. I'm standing up for what I believe, but I don't need to be combative. Have courage and have faith in yourself, and have faith in the process, in the doing of something. Just having faith in the doing. We've got another card coming out, and there's our major arcana. These are all minors. This is a major. Renewal, Archangel Jeremiel. So, okay, judgment card. So, oh golly, I did bring the other cards out from yesterday. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the 20 cards. So the renewal card in this deck is the judgment card. But this is a little bit of a different perspective on it. Review and evaluate, a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. This is a family, it's this anchoring Archangel Jeremiel for that. This is the judgment card. Yeah, it's time to, like I said, that card came up towards the end, and the Amantrine is continue. And this card actually, it wasn't so much, I brought the crystal deck out, but it was really more this card that needed to show itself again for us today for support. So if you want to screenshot this, or another image, if you don't have that particular one, I don't even think I do, but this is a combination of citrine and amethyst. Amethyst is very calming, and it helps us like let old things go and let new things come, which when we let things go, we open the door for something new to come in, to being okay with being not really sure with where things are going, but looking to higher powers of whatever they are, our guides, your spirit guides, whatever, and to awakening comes up. That was again that's the Justice card. Renewal. So again, that 20, again, the Scorpio, protection of emotions, putting boundaries maybe around our own emotions, so that we know what's ours and we know what's other people's. So we're, when stuff comes up, we're able to kind of, be in more control of the situation by self-regulating, and not letting our emotions hemorrhage into the situation, which then, then we're putting our stuff onto other people. We're unnecessarily, where we need to kind of like do that ourselves, right? so that we are able to experience other people's emotions. You know, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of water, there's a lot of turbulence there. So, Doreen is the Archangel who helps you evaluate your life so you can clearly decide upon appropriate changes. Spend some time alone with a pad of paper and pen. I did a lot of journaling this morning, by the way. That's why I'm a little late here today. Spend some time alone with a pad of paper and pen and call upon Doreen to help you review what needs to be transformed, healed, or released. So I'm going to leave it at that. So again, we have the ametrine. I will post in, I didn't write it in yesterday's comments, but I'll write them in for today about the ametrine of whatchamacallit, write up. And I'm looking it up right now, so I make sure I have it here for us. Again, it supports mental and spiritual growth, pent up emotions, and standstill thinking, tire, gently resolve. This is like, again, that old patterning. Like, it's time to make decisions based on a different framework, which feels very unknown, but we've got to move things in a different direction. So again, look back at yesterday's reading, continue to kind of utilize that as we work through the readings of the rest of the week. If you have any questions, comments, or you want a deeper dive, just direct message me on any of the platforms where this will post: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This is a message for the collective. Like, share, subscribe. All that interaction helps the messages get out to people who they might not necessarily see it without our interactions, or share it directly with somebody who you feel might need it. All right, I love you. Have a great day.